Hello everyone, it's the Crypto Cowboy. We are on August 5th, 2019, about 3:20 Chicago time here, Central Time. And doing here a quick technical update on Bitcoin. I haven't done one in a while for YouTube. I've done a couple shorter term videos for the Telegram channel. You guys can find the link below this video. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the daily charts and the scenarios that we're following here in this latest development. So basically we have a flat scenario where we're thinking that we're still in a bullish development phase of Bitcoin, and we still have to make another wave going up, like a fifth wave. You have a first wave up in 1, come back in 2, larger wave 3, and we're doing a 4 in a flat, follow up by this fifth wave. Then once this structure is complete, that would pretty much call the end of a wave 1, whatever that ends up being, and then you would come back in a wave 2 between 50 and 60%, let's say, of this entire move up, and then we would continue to go into a bull market to all new highs above 20 and 30,000. So this is kind of the flat scenario that I was monitoring here for the past couple of weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks, I think even middle of June or something like that. So we were looking at this as being a 3-wave move into a wave 4. What we're trying to do is we're trying to see if we can match this correction up here with this correction into the wave 2. And then we have 3 scenarios, but in one of this would be a flat. So if I would mark it, it would kind of look something like that. If I go, this is a 2-day chart, so if I go back to a 1-day, you would have wave 3 up, and then you would have an A, 3-wave move down in A, 3-wave move up in B, and then you would have a 5-wave move down in C for a wave 4. We did a wave 1. We pulled back almost 100% of wave 1, which is pretty uncommon, but it's not technically invalid. So you go 1, 2, and now we're in the middle of this wave 3, followed by a 4, 5 to complete this larger wave 5 of 1. So do we have enough here to say that this is going to happen, and this is the primary wave count, let's say? It's tough to say, right? So if you're bullish on Bitcoin and you have a bunch of, let's say, fundamental beliefs behind it, and you want to have a bullish view, this is the one that I can offer and say, okay, this needs to happen for Bitcoin to start rallying, right? So first of all, we need to go above this wave B right here, right, which is about 13,180, 13,200, depending on the platform. So if you pass this wave B, I think there is an increased chance that Bitcoin is going to move up higher into a wave 5, maybe towards 17, towards 18,000. The problem that you have is that you could still be in a correction, right? So as you can see here, and as an electrician, you got to look at these multiple scenarios and try to protect yourself. So you can go into a wave 1, wave 2, and now you think you're going up in this wave 3. So being at the critical juncture up here, we got to wait for the market to make its decision and see what's going to happen. Are we going to punch through, or are we going to start reversing sharply? But the market should and will give you a signal up here, either to a very strong sell-off or to a possibly a very strong resistance, multiple candles that are not going to go anywhere and just kind of hit the wall up here, and then slowly you're going to start moving lower. Then you start to gain confidence that the bears are getting stronger, that we can break through, and then you can look for a 5-wave move on the lower time frames coming lower, and then you can sell the bounce and wait for it to go lower. But on this bullish scenario, if you go to a 3-hour chart, do you have enough here to say, okay, we have reached a top of this market? So I'm going to go and see what kind of waves we have up here, right? So you can go, you don't know if the structure is fully complete. So you can see this wave 2 as an ABC down. And now, the market has been climbing ever since we've reached 91.50. So you got 1, 2, and now you have a bunch of impulse waves. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 1, wave 2, and then another structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. So this market can keep climbing, and as much as you would be, let's say, inclined to say, okay, we have reached the top of the trend line and we can open shorts here, you don't have much to go by. All you have a trend line and you have a bunch of waves going up. But unless, like I said, unless we're coming back inside this channel, that would be probably a first indication that the market is about to turn. Until then, I would keep looking for this market to, I want to give it the benefit of the doubt and just say, okay, we're in an uptrend. Let's stay in an uptrend. Why sell off, right? Because we're going up. So I think this is a good message if you want to take anything from this. If a market that's going up, give it the benefit of it going even higher, right? And as much as it is tempting to short it or say, okay, I'm going to go against it, you got to have enough compelling evidence that this is going to happen. So, this wave 3 could be possibly, this whole move could be done. You could be 1, 2. Let me just put this in front of you, right? And you can go, I don't know, 3, 4. Even if I eliminate this substructure and you just go 1, 2, 3, and you just put wave 3, let's say, where is it? Maybe up here, right? And you go wave 4 here. And then you take this wave 5 and you put it up here and you say done, right? You got 1, 2, and then you can try to make some kind of a subdivision between this and this wave 3, and then this is like a running flat or an expanded flat when you go A, B, C down into a 4. Maybe this wave 4 matches this wave 2 down here, and now you're looking at this wave 5 as being the top up here, and we're just going to short, right? But this means basically calling a top. So just because I can count 5 waves here doesn't mean that I have 5 waves. Okay, this is very, very important. Just because I can count 5 waves here, it doesn't mean that I have them. All right, you're only going to know that you have them after you sell off a little bit, or you sell off a little bit more. So this is the trick with counting live waves and trying to short a market into a top. You don't know the top is here, right? Let's say that maybe if the market drops and you're coming down below this wave 4, right? Now you have a little bit better evidence that this move is actually a 5-wave move, right? And you come down here and then you go back up, and now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down. You have a 2, you have a top to short against, and then you go lower. Right, so be very careful in shorting this market just by seeing a few candles here or by seeing a trend line. This is just kind of my advice, but this is the bullish scenario that you're following, and I'm kind of monitoring this and see what happens here. So let's go back to the bearish one. So we have this triple combo, that's 1, and then we have the double combo, 2. So on the triple one, what we're doing is we're still thinking that this is a wave 4 with a wave 5 to come and a wave 1, larger degree, where you go 1, 2, you go 3, and then you have 4 and 5. This is WXY, and then you have a next connector wave that happens right now that's actually an ABC, and then you have from here we should sell down into another ABC, another zigzag to complete this wave Z of 4, and then we go back up higher. Now if you notice here, this line that I have, this dotted line here, what this represents, and I think I've talked about it in one of the previous videos, what this represents is 100% equality between this wave 4 here and this wave 2 down here. Right, so I just put this up there just to give me a time elapse in how much I think this correction will last if it were to be equal, right? So that would be at about, let's say, August 10 or August 11th. So do we have, again, if I go back to a 6-hour, right, if the market it is to turn short from here, this is what we have. We have WXY, ABC. We have first wave move up in A, right? A 5-wave move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a 3-wave move in B, and now this here, it's a very interesting move, right? You don't have a lot of strong subdivisions that you can count, like you can count here or here, and it's kind of small, and it's dragging along, and it's sort of impulsive, right? It's trying to break the top of the channel. Maybe it is a wave X, and if it is, we have reached about C versus A here. So if you go, and it's perfectly fine. Actually, we hit almost 12,000, 11,997 here, where you have C versus A, this C leg versus this A leg, and this would be an ideal, let's say, location for a wave X We're very close to the top of this one. Okay, give it 1,000 points. If it wants to go higher, I wouldn't like it, right? So if it wants to turn as an X wave, this would be the ideal point to turn. Now you come back into 5 waves into a wave A. You do a B, and then you come back in C to complete Z of 4. All right, so let's look for indications. If you're a bear and you think that the market is going to sell off here, let's look for indications that the market is turning here before you actually start to short this market. So we're going to watch for, like I said before, for some developments down here and see if we can get a 5-way move up, then a retracement, and then a short. All right, so this is the triple combo. It can also be a double where you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is wave 1. And mind you, this can be also a wave 1. It doesn't have to be a wave 3. It can still be a wave 1, and then you have this complex correction in a wave 2. So that's kind of debatable if it's a 3 or a 1, and we won't know just yet, but the wave counts are there. So you can go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here in 1, and then you have WX, and then this is just basically an ABC coming down. So you go on a 6-hour, you have the WABC, you can go up in X as an ABC, and now you have this first wave as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the way you count that, as this is a flat here, so 4 doesn't go into the territory of wave 1, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in A. We've just done a large B as an ABC. I'm going to decompose that as a correction, ABC. And now we're coming back down into this wave Y. So it's very, very similar with this wave count, right? Same implications, except that instead of being a Z, it's probably a Y. But it doesn't really matter, right? This calls, again, for a move down, let's say towards 7,000 or 7,800 or even 7,500, whatever it is. Okay, so I think we are at a very important juncture in the market here, into this trend line here. Are we going to sell off? We're going to see. If we do, then we will get more confidence that it's time to get short on this market and take advantage of the move lower. If the market penetrates and start moving higher, then I'm going to start to lose my confidence into discounts and start to love and start to like more this bullish count and this more towards the top side. Okay, so I think I've been pretty clear on all of them. If you guys like this content, why don't you give me some thumbs up? Come visit us on the Telegram channel. You can see the links below. We do more charts there and more explanations and kind of regular updates onto the wave counts. Okay, any questions, leave them below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye-bye.